Hi all, this is a bit of a different start to a Sunday school film. Here I am, it's pitch black and I'm out in the dark. I'm dressed slightly differently and that's because I'm about to go out for my run. More about that later. And don't worry, I've got my torch with me to keep me nice and safe. Anyhow, let's start the Sunday school film. Cue music.
This the light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This the light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This the light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Well, that's me back from my run. Torch failed on the loop down through the Withyham Road, and I had that slight moment in darkness where you can't see and you wonder what's going to happen next, but all was good, held confidence, and luckily I had my phone with me which had a torch on it, so safely back home.
Jesus is the light, I'm gonna let him shine. Jesus is the light, I'm gonna let him shine.
In the weekly tradition of Sunday School, we will start with the Sunday School news for this week. In the news this week, I've been out each day running 5k for my personal challenge. George, after lots of hard work, has achieved his 45 home reads bookmark. Natty is currently writing a book. We look forward to hearing more about that. And in the sporting news, Amber is here on Hamish, and whilst out riding they met a stag. And finally, here is Emily out riding, and she's just achieved her first 90 centimetre jump.
Go on, Emily!
Congratulations, Emily. And don't forget to send in your news for next week. Now, the start of this week's film is a little bit of a clue to this week's reading, as are my nails. Now, this week's reading is taken from a letter of Paul to the Thessalonians. Now, Paul was, I suppose, a bit of a blogger of his day, in that he was putting out there the message of Jesus. Paul was writing nearly 2,000 years ago, after the resurrection of Jesus. Now, life for the Thessalonians was hard. It was a dark time. There was very little freedom for the people under the strict Roman rule, and only a few people were actually Christians.
For you yourselves know very well that the day of the Lord will come like a thief in the night, but you, beloved, are not in darkness, for that day to surprise you like a thief. For you are all children of light and children of the day. We are not of the night or of darkness.
So you've just heard those words of Paul speaking to the first Christians and letting them know that they don't need to be afraid of the dark, because as followers of Jesus, they are living in the light. And by that I mean the light of hope and of faith and of Jesus' love. Year 3 at St Thomas's School have been looking at why light is important to people who believe, people who have faith. Here's a picture of the current display from the Year 3 classroom, and as you can see, they're looking at the importance of light in different religions. Joseph from Year 3 will now share his thoughts with you.
What does light mean to believers?
It means hope and faith, and helps you find your way.
And here's George, also from Year 3, talking about light with this week's colouring sheet.
I think the light means to Christians that God's always with them.
So Year 3 actually looked at the symbol of a candle to represent light, and here's the candle that was given to Rowena on the day of her baptism from Father Tony. In this week's Sunday School Family Pack, there are lots of activities for you to do based on the theme of light and also the symbol of a candle. There is a colouring sheet, an activity puzzle sheet, and also a candle window decoration to make. And here are some examples already made by members of Sunday School for you to see.
Jesus is the light. I'm gonna let him shine. Let him shine. Let him shine. Let him shine.
And in the pack this week is also a piece of chalk and a piece of black card for you to use your imagination and create your own light picture. You could use mark making and dots. You could draw some stars to create a night, or you could possibly go for drawing a symbol of light like the candle we have here. And while I'm working on my little drawing here, and don't forget with chalk and things that you can smudge and blend, have a look at some examples made by some members of Sunday School.
Jesus is the light. I'm gonna let him shine. Let him shine. Let him shine. Let him shine.
And finally, here's Sophie talking about her light picture too.
Sophie, what's that there?
It's God acting as he's being a baby going like this
And why is he doing that?
to celebrate the flowers
Lovely. And
and the people who died in the war and people who saved the countries. And that was for love.
And do remember to send me pictures of everything that you make too, and they will be added to the church website. And for all of you to be able to see any of these lovely pieces of artwork created by members of Sunday School, please visit stthomasgroombridge.org.uk and click on the gallery link to view. And Meryl will now lead us in our prayer for today. Listen carefully to the words as Meryl acts them out for us all.
Lord, help us see the light, be the light, and share the light. Amen.
So why don't you go out for a family walk in the dark some point this week? I'm going to look forward to being with you again in the next film, next Sunday. And don't forget, if you would like to be part of the Sunday School film, just get in touch. Now let's all get together, get ready to join in the actions as we finish with This Little Light of Mine. See you next week.